All right, I just got these wheels from Alibaba. Just got delivered today. So I will open them and then tell you the story of them. I will also weigh them, let you know what the weight are. They are 19 by 9 in the front, 19 by 10 in the rear. I believe these are the 9-inch ones since it's a smaller box. They tape them very well. Alright, the box inside a box. Got some corner pieces packed really well. I'll turn that light back on. Okay. A plastic bag. Styrofoam around the rim, little internet looking thing. It's also got a plastic rim protector here as well. So this has a little sticker here that says forged. There is an engraving under here. I think they put this on so that it clears customs easier. There's that one. All right. So that is the 9-inch by 9.5, or 19 by 9.5. 19 by 9, sorry. And these are 19 by 10. All right, same thing. Box in a box. So I'm going to also see if that forged sticker comes off there pretty easily. All right, well, I don't really have another box to set these on, so I'm going to set them on the plastic and be very careful not to scratch them. All right, get something to stop that from rolling. There we go. All right, let's take a look at these. So I will link the company that I got these from in the description. All right, so this is the front. It's a decent amount of concavity. I like that the rears are more concave than the front. Now the camera, they look more gold, which they are gold, but they're almost more of a copper gold in person. And then here's the rears. Much more concave. All right, well, I still have the other two here. I'm gonna see, unbox them all. I think I might even try to test fit them on my car right behind me here. So we'll put them on just this one side just to make sure they clear the brakes, which they should. I mean, with having spokes that are so, deep and not having a big lip, these should be just fine. I'm gonna see if those will come off too. So, all right, let me weigh these and open the other two and inspect them, and we'll see. All right, we are back. Test mounted on, everything went fine. So let's take a look at these. So these are my specs. This is for my 370Z, 2018 370Z. So they are 19 by 9 in the front with a +16 offset. They are 19 by 10 with a +5 offset. Those forged stickers that were on there that you saw before, I'm not going to zoom in close because I don't know, it's, you know, copyright, this, that, and the third. So, but they did come off, and they were just exposing a logo. So they did leave some sticky residue, a little bit of goo gone, took care of all that. So they do look very gold in the camera. They are a little bit more of a kind of a coppery color, I think. Either way, I like them. The fit and finish is nice. Looking at the fitment, I think it's going to be perfect. If you look there, I know it, you know, you might think, oh, it sticks out, looks terrible. It looks good on the ground. My last wheels did the same thing, and once you put the car down on its weight, they will automatically kind of camber in, and that will be a very nice flush fit. No issues like my last wheels had with fitment here. There's plenty of, here's my finger there, plenty of gap for the big brakes. Kind of a medium concave in the front. So this is about dead on. So it sticks out a little bit. Once it's on the ground, it will not. I just did a little offset math, and instead of doing 9.5s in the front and 10.5s in the rear, or 9.5s in the front, 11 in the rear, like what my last wheels were, I like a kind of a fat, meaty looking tire. So almost towards slightly oversized. So I was like, well, why am I putting 11-inch wide wheels on the back when a 10-inch wide wheel can also accommodate a 295 or a 305? My Michelin's that I have, their website says that tire is good from a 10 to a 12. So these should fit on a 10 according to their specs. This is the rear. Again, it looks like it pokes out. Once that's on the ground, that will be perfectly flush, if not just a hair inside. And I do have a 3mm spacer if I feel the need to throw that on. But I think that will look good. And the rears have quite a deep concavity to them. I mean, that is going to look really good. So that's kind of a idea of what it'll look like. I do plan on getting the tires installed this weekend. I have an appointment for Saturday. So it is December 11th right now. And so they won't be going on until the spring. But once I get the tires on, if I'm feeling a little excited, I might throw one set on the one side and put it on the ground just to see what it's going to look like. So here's the story of these wheels. If you care any further, this is kind of my experience with buying these. So I bought them on September 27th. They got me the renderings on September 30th. And then I gave them the okay to make them. They said it would take 18 to 23 days to produce them and 18 to 23 days to ship them. It took them about 43 days to produce them, and then about 23 days almost on the dot to ship them. So it took about, they ballparked, kind of a 6 to 7 week. It took about 10.5. So not terrible, just be prepared for that. The communication with this company wasn't great. They were really good before I bought it. After I bought it, it was a lot of, let me look into that, let me check the status, and then I wouldn't hear anything. But I mean, I'm happy with the wheels. This is, garage lighting, so I don't know what they're gonna look like in the daylight. I think they look good. The center caps, I could see, I'm not gonna show them because again, it's got the logo of the company that they're reps of, but they almost look like they were painted almost really quick because they're plastic. They claim these are powder coated. I went back and forth and made sure. They said these are powder coated. They said they are. I don't know enough about finishes to say for sure if they're powder coated. But the finish looks nice. I'm happy with it. I would say they're probably like a 8.5 out of 10. I feel like some of the which I think this is kind of common on a lot of wheels, but inside here, inside the lug nut holes, looks like a little bit light of a spray, but I think they kind of have to keep that spray on there because you don't want any coating where the lug nut, seats there. You want that to be a real secure, tight fit. So I'm just kind of looking. I don't know if it's just, I feel like it might change with lighting, but like sometimes in here, it almost looks like more silvery, but I feel like it's like the way the light is kind of bouncing off those curved areas. I'm not sure. Again, we'll see once they're actually on the car in the daylight. Just to look at them, I mean, just as a car driving by, I think they look really nice. I don't know, I'm pretty happy. I guess the 8.5 out of 10 is more for kind of the communication. I was a little let down, but now that they're here, I know that it's not a scam. They fit well. I asked them to make these the same center bore as my ESR wheels because I like having a hub-centric ring, only because if I ever do try to sell these, which I realize Alibaba wheels, you get not a lot, not as much as you would for a legit wheel for resale, but at least with a bigger bore, more people could buy them and be more available for more people if they could throw a hub-centric ring on it. But I'm gonna see if I can, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna set you down here real quick. Yeah, let me throw one of these padded rings on here so you can see the back of them here. Okay. Oh, sorry. I told you I was going to weigh them, and I did. So I believe these are fully forged wheels because the 19 by 9s were 20.2 pounds. The 19 by 10s were 21.4. To have a 19 by 9 wheel to be, just over 20 pounds, 20.2 pounds is insanely light. You couldn't get that with a cast wheel. You couldn't get that with a rotary forged. My ESRs are rotary forged that I have on here this last summer. Those were 25 pounds. I think it was like 25 in the front, 25 and a half or something like that in the back. They're around 25 each. So what I like about these, a lot of the Alibaba ones I've seen, they will just kind of etch all your specs kind of in the barrel somewhere, which is fine until you got to put a weight there, and now it's not there, obviously. So what I like about this company, that I was pleasantly surprised with, it's got the, I don't know what this is. Let's see if you can get I don't know what that number means, but this says 19 by 9, PCD 5 by 114.3, ET16, this is the 9 obviously, center bore of 72.6, which is what I asked for, 60, 61, T6 forged, and it says max load 680. So I compared these to a TE37 because that's the big forged wheel that everyone rants and raves about. I think I looked on, I asked Grok, which take that for what you will. They said that a 19-inch TE37, I think it was a 19 by 9 or 19 by 10, I can't remember, but it was 22 pounds, I think. Of course, there's different models of TEs, so I'm not sure which one that was for. And a max load of 690. So this max load is 680, so you're 10 kilograms off. But this is not going on a super heavy car. I did a lot of research before buying these, and I found people that had Tesla Model S plaids, and he said he's done hundreds of launches on his Alibaba wheels, no problems. And that car is insanely heavy, insanely fast, tons of torque. So it's like this 370Z being relatively light compared to a Tesla Model S plaid and way less horsepower and torque. It's like, I think I'll be safe. I don't know. I'm happy with them. We'll see. Once I get them put on the spring, I'll probably do another video. I might even do just a short video once they're on with the tires if I do throw them on, once the tires are mounted. But so far, I'm happy with them. It would be interesting out in the sunlight if they get a little more accurate color, because the color's close on the camera, but it's more of it's got just a touch more, I don't know, maybe a touch more brown. It's almost like it's hard to explain because there's like so many different shades of metal, So I asked for gold. These I would say are almost more of like almost a brass color. I'm happy with them. Just to put that out there. I am happy with them. Just the color it's hard to, over pictures and renderings, it's hard to get it spot on if you're gonna be picky. But I like that I could do any offset I wanted. I could do any center bore, all this stuff. Oh, and with shipping, these were $1,200 shipped. I didn't have to pay any tariffs, any customs, anything. So, I mean, so far so good. I mean, this is not a show car, so if there are little imperfections or, you know, the coating maybe isn't the best, no one's gonna notice. I haven't found any. Again, once I get out in the daylight to see if some of these like light spots is actually from the way it was coated, or if that's just like the way the metal curves in. If it's just the way the light hits that, it kind of does something to your eye. I'm not sure. Because like even here from this angle in person, it looks almost like almost a little bit of a silver shining through. But then when you come up here, it goes away. It's completely coated perfectly. So I feel like it might just be when something with this coating, when you catch it from a different angle, it gives almost like a lighter, kind of a goldy, silvery tone. It's hard to explain without seeing it in person. But like I said, once you hit it from another angle, that it looks like the color. So I think it might also be the color. And to tell you the truth, in sunlight, that might look insane. Like this might look really, really, really good in sunlight. So I think that's it, guys. So just to run it over, the front's 19 by 9 plus 16, 20.2 pounds. The rear's 19 by 10 plus 5, 21.4. So there you have it. We'll see how this goes. Maybe we're driving down the road and they'll disintegrate. But from all the research I did, and people with much more powerful and much heavier cars have had no problems. A lot of Porsche guys I found run this kind of stuff. So, all right, I think I've rambled on enough. This is a long enough video. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I'll try to remember to put the manufacturer in the description of the video. All right, I will just say this at the end. If you search LSGZL on Alibaba, that's the manufacturer. That's not their name, but that's like their brand. If you search that, you'll find them. So, all right, later. All right, it's now Saturday. Just got the tires mounted. The tires need to be cleaned up good because of the lube or whatever they use. The tires are kind of dirty, but this is what it looks like. Let's look at this fitment here. Ooh. Oh, that's perfect. For me, I like the sidewall just to poke out a little bit, but the tread to be inside. So that's what it looks like. It's like 5 degrees outside, so I might just pull it outside. I just put the car down, so the suspension hasn't settled, so it might settle another ½ inch or so. I'll try to get back far enough in my garage here. All right, so check the front fitment here. There you go. Now these tires do poke a little bit more because these Michelins have this rim protector. You can see it here, how it's sticking out past the rim, like the rim is here, and the tire's here. So if I had like a Continental or something on there, this would be arrow straight with the fender, but because they're Michelins, they got that rim protector on it. They just the sidewall just pokes out just a little bit, just a little, but the tread is all inside the fender. So that's, for me, that's perfect. I like that. I think that front wheel is actually turned to the right just a little bit. So, all right, let me fire it up, pull it outside. It's, like I said, super cold, but at least get a little bit of natural. I think it's kind of cloudy today too, so. All right, let's take a look at what that looks like. All right, here it is in a little bit more natural light. It is cloudy out, and it's winter, as you can see by all the salt on the ground. Man, that looks, that's good fitment. If I drove it a little bit, again, like I said, if I drove it, hit a few bumps and let the suspension kind of settle a little bit. Well, look at the concavity here on this. All right, as far as the Alibaba wheels go, you can see the weights there. The wheels ranged in weights from 1 1/4 ounce, and then one of the rears took 2 3/4 ounce. So not bad. I mean, that's better than my ESR wheels I had. The ESR wheels, man, I didn't even count them. I should. I mean, that one had weights on weights. I mean, that thing was insane. So look at the concavity of this wheel here. Look at that from the top of the fender. That is perfect, dude. Now that in daylight, it's a little more accurate. It still looks a little more kind of like a coppery bronze. Oh, that looks good. All right, everybody, they bounced out fine. The Michelins went on good. If you're curious on the specs, again, I will just run over them. So they are 19x9 plus 16 in the front, which is essentially equivalent to a 19x9.5 plus 22. The fitment wise, that's the same as far as how it sits in the fender. With a 265/40/19, the rear is a 19x9 plus 5, which is essentially equivalent to a rear is a 19x10 plus 5, which is equivalent to like a 19x10.5 plus 12. That's essentially the same as far as offsets and how the wheel sits with, in line with the fender. And that's a 305/35. Now, these 305s on my 11-inch wide rear wheels looked stretched. I didn't really care for that. So now I love this. It's a square shoulder. It just looks beefy. That is perfect. So I'm super happy. I can't wait till spring. It's still mid-December, so it's I got a long ways to wait, but all right, that is it. Let's do one more shot straight from the side here. All right, I'm not telling anybody to buy Alibaba wheels. I'm trying these out. If they are a nightmare, I will be right back letting you know that they cracked or didn't hold air or went out of round or something crazy, but we'll see.